Hi there, in this video presentation, we will be going over some of the basic facts and information for polylactic acid or PLA. Traditional plastics are made from petroleum, which is toxic and contaminates the environment, while PLA is made from natural products, so it is non-toxic. While traditional plastics take approximately 400 years to degrade, PLA plastic biodegrades in a few months when processed in an industrial composting facility. PLA is a plastic that is made from sugar. This sugar usually comes from the fermentation of corn, sugar cane, and sugar beets. This makes it biodegradable, which means after its life as a product is over, it can be put back into the earth and it will become nutrients in the soil. PLA can be used in many different products like food packaging, electronics, water bottles, and even cars.
To extract sugar from the corn, first we need to grind it up in a process called wet milling. Then we have to separate the starch from the rest of the corn. The starch is already very close to sugar, and the next step is to add some enzymes which will digest the starch. You got sugar as a result. At this point, all that is left to do is to let the sugar ferment over time, and you will end up with L-lactic acid. And as you can tell from its name, this is the building blocks for PLA, polylactic acid.
PLA plastic is used in many things, from bottles to parts of biodegradable medical devices to even fibers and carpets. A common use for PLA which you may be familiar with is 3D printing. PLA is great for 3D printing since it is inexpensive, it melts pretty easily compared to other plastics, and this allows you to use a less expensive printer, and it is still pretty strong. The low melting temperature of PLA also means that it is not a good plastic to use when parts or pieces are going to be in a hot environment. Thanks to PLA and 3D printing, you can turn the ideas in your head into a reality. From parts for a cool project you've been working on, to characters from your favorite story or game, you can make it all. But 3D printing is not just for having fun. In industry, this technology allows designers and engineers to try out new ideas very quickly and cheaply. And all of it is thanks to PLA.
When it comes to most plastics, what commonly happens is that there is no way to recycle them once they have reached the end of their usable life. And all that can be done is to send the plastic to landfill. Even worse, they can sometimes end up in the ocean. Luckily, PLA has the potential to be disposed of safely, since it is biodegradable. Recycling PLA products starts with placing them in bio-waste bins that are collected and taken to special facilities known as industrial composting facilities. These facilities can process the waste PLA material, separate it, and decompose it at a high temperature. The end result will be plant fertilizer that can be used to feed plants and restart the cycle of creating PLA. Currently, most cities do not have these facilities since they are far too expensive, and part of the responsibility also lies with communities taking the effort to send the correct type of plastic. It is not a perfect system yet, but it is far better than what happens with other plastics, and because of this and many other reasons, you should see if you can find things made out of PLA in your everyday surroundings. You might just be surprised how many you find.